So it is summer. It's the middle of the summer. It's Central Florida and it's hot, or wherever you are on this planet. If you're driving your BJ, I'm absolutely sure you've had to deal with this issue. It's where your fan, or excuse me, your AC compressor kind of cycles on and off rapidly. Sometimes it comes on and gives you good AC, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it just has a mind of its own. In my particular car, it was speeds 2 and 3 that gave me the issues. On speed 2, the compressor would not kick in, period. On speed 3, I had AC, but the compressor, the light would flicker on and off, and you just hear the engine bogging rapidly as right along with the flickering of the light. And that was the AC compressor engaging, disengaging, engaging, disengaging very rapidly. It was very annoying. And there was, I was standing on my head until I read on this forum how to fix this. So that's what this video is here to address today, is that issue. I'm not aware of any YouTube videos that's been put out on this. I thought it would be important to do a video showing how to do it. You can find this in text form on some of the forums, and it's a free fix, if you will. If you order some parts from Hydra Motorsports, like I ordered some gauge rings, to go around your instrument gauges. All you have to do is click for free gift. There's an option for a free gift, and you can get the 2 resistors that are required to fix this problem. And the issue lies in the fact that this car has a voltage sense wire, and it's hooked to your ECU. And what it does is senses the voltage and resistance across the wire on each fan speed. And what it does, it helps the computer to determine when to cut the AC compressor to keep the evaporator from freezing. And if there's not enough voltage drop across the wire, the AC compressor simply just doesn't work, period. Or you get intermittent issues. So that's what this video is going to address today. So come along and let me show you how to fix it. Now, at the time I filmed this, Hydra Motorsports would include these as a free gift in any purchase you had made. You could simply click the link for the free gift on their webpage when totaling your order, and you could choose between some small decor items or the resistors to fix the AC fan switch. As mentioned before, I bought some gauge rings and opted for the 2 resistors. As of current, this is no longer offered, but you can buy the same 2 resistors from Amazon. You will need a 470 ohm quarter watt or better resistor and a 200 ohm quarter watt or better resistor. You'll also need some soldering equipment, wire cutters and crimping tools, and tools to remove the radio head unit. Here are the images of the 2 resistors needed. You'll need to make a small circuit to place between the pre-existing wiring to make this fix effective. Here's how I made my circuit look. You'll need to twist the 2 ends of the resistors together and feed them into one side of the voltage sensing wire. On the opposing ends, one resistor will be grounded as shown with the brown wire, and the other will be bridged into the other side of the voltage sensing wire. Now, I'm absolutely horrible at soldering, but I did give this a shot. But I wound up crimping it in the end. I then put heat shrink around the resistor pack to help protect it from moisture and vibrations. This is what the resistor pack looked like in the end. So to fix this problem, the first thing you're going to need to do is remove your stereo head unit. Now, I've already got mine out, of course, and so start with that. And as you can see, I have my stereo head unit wiring tucked to the side. You can just place that over there, if you will, on your car. Okay, so once you get that out, you'll see 2 connectors. There's one here, and then there's one back here. One's black, one's white. So you're going to start by taking the connectors out to free up movement of the harness. Now, the big white one you're not going to have to do anything with. Okay, get that one out. Well, it looks like we got some, looks like it's burned, but it's actually not. It's got some old grease in there that's probably heated up to the point to where it's turned very dark, but it's still okay. And then you've got this one here. This is the main one, okay? And once you get the harnesses, both harnesses out, these are the wires that you're going to need to be dealing with, especially on this black one. Okay, this is the sense wire, and let me find it. Okay, right here, this wire right here, the blue and yellow wire. Okay, that's the wire you're going to be cutting to put your resistors in, and that's this deal here. And then the ground wire is this one. Okay, this is the ground wire. That's the one you're gonna hook your ground to, and we're gonna cut these. Right, I'm gonna try to cut them at least as far away from the connector as possible. You know, that way, I actually, when I got to the salvage yard, I actually got this whole wiring harness I got, and in case I mess up, I can just, you know, do some electrical repair here. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to cut this wire far down as possible to give me enough room. I'd say, yeah, but I think that's far enough, about right there. So, going to take your snips here, your wire cutters. We're just going to cut that wire just like that one. And I'm not going to cut the ground wire. Instead of cutting the ground wire, I'm going to use a splicer to just kind of splice into the ground. And here's some splices that you can pick up. And I picked these up at AutoZone. These are for 18 through 14 gauge wire, and it'll work perfectly for these small wires. And here's one out of the package. As you can see inside, you just slip both wires in and you clamp it shut, and it'll kind of splice ground and power into whatever other wire that you're needing ground and power in. Okay, so you can use those. Okay, next you'll want to strip your wires down after you've cut them. You can see here I got both wires stripped. Okay, now the circuit that you build, or that I built, this is the entry. Okay, and this is the exit, and this is the ground. Okay, so basically we're gonna bridge these like this. Okay, we're gonna put some nice shrink wrap on it. Basically just gonna put them together like that. We're gonna bridge that, and then we're gonna splice the ground with this wire. And you just want to be as neat as possible, or if you can be. I got one put on there. I'm gonna go ahead and put my shrink wrap on right now. I'm just gonna slip that, well, yeah, slip that maybe over this end. I was gonna put it on the other end, but it doesn't matter. Okay. And you take that, okay, crimp that one together, and you can move your heat shrink wrap over it. And then we're going to go to the other side and put the connector in there. Let's get the camera angled at it. I go ahead and put my other piece in the sense wire. Roll these edges. That way your wire doesn't stick out. It could give you any problems going inside your crimp or butt connector. Okay, your heat shrink wrap. Simple enough so far. And for the final crimp of this sense wire, you're just gonna and crimp it shut. Okay, and you can take your heat shrink wrap and put it over. Let's go ahead and fix the heat shrink wrap. Get it shrunk on there. You just take a lighter and just kind of go over this like that. All right. This for the other side. A little bit of wind. Makes a real nice fix, especially if you live here in Florida. Running on high speed isn't always the best, because this connector does get hot, and that's what causes the grease to turn brown like that, because of the temperature. And pretty soon you can pretty much guess what follows. All right, next we're going to take this black ground wire that you see here, and we're going to splice the ground wire. It's actually going to be sitting, to give you an idea, and it's actually going to be sitting just like that. Very much so, side by side, just like that, with the ground wire, just like that. So take your splice connector and we're going to open it up, and we're gonna just kind of get the wires there. And it's not necessary you cut the wire, do any cutting, because the connector will splice into the wire that you need to be spliced into, and all you got to do is just make sure. So you can actually just get it far enough in there and it'll do the rest for you. Once you get the connector where you want it, you just take a pair of pliers and squeeze it down, and that little shaft is going to go through both wires and bridge them. Then you close it like that, and there you have, the circuit is complete, or repaired, if you will. Right, just like that. I'm actually going to plug all this stuff back in. All right, so let's start with the black connector. You're going to take that and put that all the way in the back, the bottom. Start with that one since it's the furthest one away. There you got it, snapped in. And then we're going to take the white one and snap that into the back of the fan switch. Okay, and that should take care of the AC compressor kicking off, or not coming on the lower speeds. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the car. Let me roll up the windows. Okay, now check to see if we've got AC or a functioning compressor on all 4 speeds. So speed 1, AC's on. Speed 2, AC's still operational. Speed 3, AC's on, compressor's still kicking. And speed 4. And of course it didn't matter whether it was in fresh air or recirculation mode, you have the same issue. I think speed 3 is my favorite, so I'm gonna leave it at that. So there you have it. So you can see just how simple that repair was. Literally, it took me about 30 minutes to get the fan speeds, the compressor working on all fan speeds. Very simple fix. 30 minutes, folks. Not that bad, and it's free. You can't beat that. So that's it for today's video. And there's nothing else for me to do today. Feeling a bit hungry, so I think I'll head over to my favorite sushi restaurant, grab some spicy tuna, some spicy salmon, and a nice cold beer. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.